Hello, hello, everybody. It's been a hot minute. We will be addressing this question for this another episode of Ask Me Anything. Here it is. Is comparison really the thief? How do you pronounce it? Is comparison really the thief of joy? If this is the first time you're seeing me, I'm Katrina, and there you go. I love what I do. I help immigrant career moms move beyond the 9 to 5, and let me know if you're tuning where you're tuning in from, so we know how global we are. Oh my gosh, it's like adjusting again. And if for those of you who are seeing me for the first time right now, I've been in the online space for quite some time now, almost 7 years. Oh my gosh, it feels so surreal even saying that, because this is the longest career that I've had in my entire adult working life. And if you're wondering, are you guys hearing me okay? I hope you are, because I'm in a special booth. It's like a phone booth. I'm actually here at my gym's co-working space. So it's actually here. You can see. Well, private call or Zoom sessions if you need a quiet space. So it's focused and we don't disturb others. So I am here. So that is what I'm looking at. Let me know, guys, where you're tuning in from. Okay, so let's make this quick so we can be more productive. Also, today I just finished my Pilates session, and I think I think I found my new favorite instructor. And please celebrate with me. I have been very consistent, I think, for a straight, if I'm not mistaken, 16 days now, straight going to the gym every single day, including weekends, usually after school drop off. So this is really amazing. Sometimes I would question when I'm in the middle of I usually do yoga and Pilates. And when I'm in the middle of poses, sometimes I would question myself, why did I sign up for this class? Afterwards, I would be very grateful. And right after the classes, they would automatically send an email for feedback. And I would usually leave my quick feedback. So today I said, I think I found my new favorite instructor, and I will definitely take her classes. But when I look, it doesn't work with my schedule. So I'll definitely most of her classes, but I'll definitely book her once it meets my optimal time preference. There you go. Okie dokie. So is comparison really the thief of joy? We always hear this, and especially if you're working in the online space and if you're part of our online community, more than 270,000 right now, and thousands of official business owners in there. And if you're just starting out, or maybe if you've been here in the business for a while, or even if you're just snooping in, you've been following me for a while, or you started following me, it's so easy to compare your current situation with what you're seeing on social media. And if you don't know by now yet, if you haven't realized it yet, of course, social media is not the whole lives of most people, right? Of course, we usually just put in the highlight reel, what's good, what's happening. I personally don't wash dirty laundry in public, of course, but I also share my challenges, the struggles specifically related to the business, but I don't share like the entirety of my private life, because that's not just for personal preferences, but also because that's how I wanted to show up for myself. I want to have people following me because they want to be inspired. I want them to feel empowered, especially career moms who've been juggling so many things. There's always tons of open tabs in their mind, right? So I want to be that spark of fresh joy, fresh inspiration and empowerment for them, for you watching this right now. But at the same breath, I also share my own fair share of things that I go through in terms of how I'm improving myself, the challenges that I'm facing. But I'm not leaving people in that negative space. I am sharing my learnings and how I am making things better so we can all learn from each other, right? I'm not perfect myself. So I want to give a little different take on this when it comes to comparison. And I've I've been often hearing this one also in our online community, in my team, like, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 7. If we're talking about years in the business, I'm on my nearing chapter 7 already. I'm wrapping up my chapter 6 because I'll be celebrating 7th year in the business this coming April, to be exact. And when you're just starting out and you're just in the preface of your business, you're a brand new business owner, or you're just watching the free info session, and it tends to, oh, now you start doubting yourself. Can I even do that? What is Katrina doing? I don't even know how to press the buttons. And now she's showing all these, colors and these slides, this deck in here, right? And yes, sometimes you can find yourself y- beating yourself instead of being inspiring. So, but this is my other take on this. Here you go. Sometimes, where is that? Sometimes comparing is necessary. What do I mean by that? For me, how I see it is when I got started here in the business almost 7 years ago, and started seeing the testimonial stories of other parents, specifically other career moms, who are able to quit their 9 to 5 and work from home or literally from anywhere, do school pickups and drop offs without the usual rush, and at the same time making lucrative income from anywhere, like literally from making a few $1,000, which is really huge to me and to a lot of people, especially that time that I was just starting out here, to like even 6 figures in a month. Of course, income disclaimer, not to, you know, not to brag, but also just not to impress you, but to impress upon you that that's what's possible. And when I see those, I started comparing, like, oh, what are you doing? Is that life even possible for me? And I believe this is the strongest comparison thoughts that really pushed me and still keeps on pushing me up until this point to keep improving, is this one. If they can do it, why can't I? Right? If these people, regular, everyday, hardworking big dreamer moms, if they're able to do it without prior experience, amidst all the business and chaos of motherhood, amid all the challenges of being an immigrant or whatever stages of life they're currently in, if they're able to do it, why not me? Because I was also drowning in self-doubt when I got started here. I was like, oh my gosh, what if I invested in the business and then something happened? Nobody clicked on my ad. What if I filmed my ad? What if I posted my photo and videos? And it's like, I'm so awkward. And what if my eyebrows are not aligned, or I'm not fully made up? What if, I have this thinking that I need to impress somebody, I need to impress my audience. So I'm always wondering, like, so I was drowning in self doubt. But then I realized I went to Pinterest and I was literally desperately wanting to motivate myself. So I typed in motivational quote, like literally. And so I was browsing, and then there's this line. Oh, I should search that up again and put it here. It says, "Oh, what if you fail? Da da da. But darling, what if you fly?" I was like, "What?" It really stuck to me. I was like, "That is so true. Why am I Drowning, like they said, faith and fear are the same in the sense that they're both fear. They're both belief in the unknown. They're both belief in something that hasn't happened yet. So why would I choose to spend all my energy into negativities if I can do this? And suddenly at that moment, I was like, oh yeah, what if this works for me as well? What if I start making extra thousand, just like my initial goal? What if I can, work a little extra and then earn this while I was taking care of my newborn back then? And that really shifted my energy and my focus. So that's why this is key. If they can do it, why can't I? Right? So if you find yourself in that comparison phase, especially if you're here in the business or you're wanting to get started, oh, I don't know if I can do those, go lives or posting. I don't know where Katrina gets her confidence, right? But use that as an inspiration. So learn to compare when it's helpful, when it pushes your creativity, your productivity, your motivation, your inspiration, how you look at yourself, your self confidence, your belief in the whatever you are wanting to do. Let's say, for example, this business, learn how you can borrow someone else's belief because initially we're not confident. Initially, we don't have that confidence yet in ourselves and the business model and the affiliate companies or the products at the back end. Why? Because no one is confident the first time. Just like the first time you rode a bike, you're not just like, cycling all through the town, all throughout the town, or the first time you held the you went on the driver's seat and started driving. You're not confident the first time because you haven't done it. So it's the same. So learn to compare when it's helpful. If it pushes you to the positive edge, go for it. And but here we go. If comparison paralyzes you, I think this is more often than the positive one, as I personally experience and also encounter with other people, especially in my team and my new business mentees, or even people who have been in business for quite some time. This is so easy to do and so easy to wallow in this rut and have this negative space swallow us. So if comparison paralyzes you, then avoid it. If you're feeling jealous, oh my gosh, why is this person having this, milestone already? We started the same time. And you know what? Oh, I just remember now. I have this business colleague. We started almost like in the same month. I think she started a week or 2 weeks earlier than me. And I remember there was a post in our online community, a private community on Facebook, that we were being congratulated at the same time. So I know, oh, okay, this is the person kind of, we're the same time frame in the business. And then after a week or so, I think 2 weeks, she started posting in our online community that she has done this part in the training, this module, this much she's done. I was like, what is going on? I immediately felt so left behind because I just gave birth literally, and my third son, my newborn was just 2 months old. So I am physically recuperating my mental health, my physical health, my emotional health, because my husband used to be very skeptical, and so many things going on in my life. And then all of a sudden, this added to like the stress that I'm feeling, like, oh my gosh, she's already in that part of the training. I haven't even started like the intro. Maybe I'm just still on the introductory part. And I felt so left behind already. So a part of me is like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? Why am I slow? What am I in this, negative space? Why am I not progressing as fast as her? We started the same time. So if that is you, if you're feeling that one, I feel you. And that's normal. It's not just you, it's not just me. thousands of us, and not just specifically in this space. I think any space, in any career, it's very easy to spiral down in that negative space. But at the same time, I was like, so for a moment, yes, it paralyzes me. So I realized, oh, no, 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 I shouldn't be rutting in this place. Right? So what I did is, you know what? Again, I went back to this. If she can do it, why can't I? I use that as an inspiration, because that person has paved the way for me, because she is the nearest. We're both in the same timeline in the business. So if she can do it that fast, maybe I can do more. So I use that as a motivation, as a clue, not just as a clue, but as a footprint that, okay, I'm going to follow her path. If she can do it in that short amount of time, then maybe as I ask myself more powerful questions like, okay, how can I progress faster than what I'm doing right now? Okay, Katrina, this is what's going on. There's so many things going on. But so I also reach out to my mentors like, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed. How did you guys do this when you were starting out? And one of my mentors said, oh, you know what, Katrina, what would be helpful? What was helpful for us before is that set mini goals. If you want to do one module at a time per day, set a goal for yourself. Goal is a dream with a deadline. So one module a day. If there's so many subtabs in the module, then do that one module maybe in 3 days or a week. But make sure you do everything that moves forward, that moves the needle, income producing activity. I was like, okay, that's helpful. Now I don't feel bad. Right? So again, if comparison paralyzes you, then avoid it. But use that. Know what's going to give you a breakthrough. If following a certain person in the business or outside of following a coach gives you that necessary push for you to have a breakthrough, and go for it. Use that as a tool. Know what's going to give you a breakthrough, what's going to give you that positive result. Know what's going to give you that extra push. If it does not, then throw it out. If in doubt, throw it out, right? And you will be discerning going forward. Like, okay, this fills my cup. This will give me a push. Okay, good. Of course, there's so many people who are ahead of me in the business who got started or also the same timeline that me, but they're ahead of me. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, how I wish I also have that one. Yes, I still do, but I will flip it immediately. Not just that, but I would add to that. Okay, great. So this person, he or she was able to do it. Okay, now what I would do is I would actually reach out to that person, especially if he or she's a colleague in the business, and I would ask, like, how did she do such certain things? Or first, I would snoop on his or her business page or personal profile and observe what pattern this person is doing differently than me and see, oh, okay, I think I can do that too. Because sometimes all you need to do is look at things from a different perspective, and that changes everything. Sometimes when you're so used to doing a routine continuously, it's just muscle memory. You're just automatically doing it. Sometimes you need to pause and really reflect what you're doing, what you're learning from it, and what's working, what's not, and how you can improve. Those three questions. What's going on? You have to be aware. What's working right now, what's giving me the results, and okay, and at the same time, what's not working here, how can I make this better, how can I improve it? And when you keep asking those really quality questions instead of like, oh, why is this happening to me, as Tony Robbins said, life is happening for you and not to you. We can decide every moment how we react not just how we react, but how we basically be proactive on situations in our lives. And I'm not just talking about business, it's literally applicable to any situations in our lives. Make it useful for you. So there you go. So if comparison paralyzes you, then avoid it. And at the same time, know what's going to give you a breakthrough. If it's helpful, go for it. Okay, so I hope that helps. That is our go live for today. Ooh, let me see here. Ooh, you guys are active in the in the chat. Okay, let's do this. Hey sis. Ooh, look at your profile photo there. Freezing weather. Hey, sis Marianne. Thank you for being here. Coach Rebecca, ooh, congratulations. Look at this. Coach Rebecca actually just hosted our global webinar last, what day is it? Tuesday. And I'm so proud. I am a proud mentor mama to you, Coach Rebecca. Imagine just a few years back, you were so shy. You were so, you felt so awkward facing the camera. And now you're hosting a global webinar. That is awesome. Help me to improve my set. Exactly. There we go. Mm, I have nothing more to say. I use it as inspiration. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Katie, how are you? There you go. This mama also recently just hit a major milestone. Congratulations, Liberty. And I'm loving the energy in your recent post. And of course, thank you for the Korean skincare have you discovered through you. I'm now using it consistently. So yeah, no makeup look almost every day now. So thank you so much, everybody. I'm gonna head back to more work before I went back home, do some errands. So I'm trying to shift my workflow, whether I'm more productive here in the co-working space or at home, because at home I would always like do whenever I see something that not clean, my focus is like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this. Here I don't have anything to do but to work. So I think, and I feel like I'm going back to 9 to 5 and whenever I go ride the trail this morning, because I'm squished like sardines, but it makes me feel more grateful that, oh my gosh, I am here because it's my own choice. I have an option, and I get to really appreciate the space that I've grown into for the past almost 7 years. So there you have it. So there you go. I'll see you again soon. Okay, let's do this. So again, comparison is it really the thief of joy? Use it to your advantage, and I use it as a tool. I still compare, yes, but I use it as a tool. Okay, have a lovely day, everybody. Okay, bye for now.